Well, yesterday's therapy session was quite productive. After releasing that off my chest and my bowels, I was able to have a pretty productive rest of the day. So hopefully today can be another success story. But I do want to clear up some things I expressed in the last video. All right, so Tom Thibodeau needs to either get in line with the front office or be fired. It's that simple. You can't be divided ship. Everyone on the ship has to have the same message. Everyone on the team has to have the same idea and goals in mind. That's the only way it's going to work. That's the only way a team can succeed, period. All right? He needs to play players that we invested in, or he has to be fired. So what I was talking about with the Kemba Walker, the reason why I said it didn't make sense for him to even be benched that early into the season is because for us to invest in a player, that means the front office thought that this player could help the team. Now, and another thing I need to clear up, Kemba Walker was not playing great basketball. I know he had flashes. He did have his Thibs on a lot. He showed some flashes that he could be cardiac Kemba. He had flashes. Several games over 20. Like I say, he had the 40 piece. But he was very hot and cold, taking bad shots, not necessarily getting other people involved in a lot of ways that you want from your point guard. So I do understand that. So I do want to say that I did understand that. But what I'm saying is, how could the coach in the front office, invest in a player and then not even 20 games into the season, you bench him? And if we remember, the only reason why he came back into the rotation was because of injuries and COVID. We had 6 guards out, and I actually went to that game against the Houston Rockets. And in that game, actually, Deuce McBride had 15 points, 9 assists, 4 steals, and 3 rebounds. Looked like a great player, looking like he got something. That's later in the video, though. So he only came back to the court because of injuries. So really, this experiment potentially could have been over after only 10 or 15 games. That's a problem. That doesn't make any sense. You can't invest in a player and in that short of a time span, pull the plug. Now, again, I do respect in some ways admitting you're wrong and saying you want to cut the cord on what you believe is a bad idea. But at the same time, is that even enough time to really even see if it works? I mean, even the Miami Heat, the LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, they took 25 games to see. Now, I mean, again, obviously I'm, putting a loose, correlation between the two. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make much sense. And then, so again, I understand wanting him out the rotation in the sense of, like I said, he was very hot and cold. There were times where he was shooting us into games, shooting us out of games. And then defensively, we don't have to, go too deep into that. But what doesn't make sense, again, from the front office, which this isn't Tom Thibodeau's fault. How could we not aggressively be attempting to trade him during the trade deadline? That doesn't make any sense. According to Ian Bailey, we didn't even attempt. We were loosely putting him into trade deals. That doesn't make any sense. If this is a guy that you believe can be completely out of the rotation, just not showing up, then how could we not even attempt to get anything for him? I understand wanting to open up minutes. I understand that. But if you really want to open up minutes, why don't we package, Alec Burks or Evan Fournier, or maybe even both? Maybe we get a first-round draft pick back, the one we traded for Cam Reddish that I keep talking about. So I don't really get it. Like I said, maybe we get some assets back. Maybe we get to, maybe move some money around, because we're going to need some money soon, and I'm about to touch on that. But again, we should have traded Kemba Walker and even added, again, Evan Fournier is playing well. From a general sense, I do like Evan Fournier, and I really like Alec Burks in the same sense. But, the team is first, and we definitely could have traded them, because we need to focus on this young core. So this is a young core that the Knicks need to focus on going forward. RJ Barrett, who he's getting his minutes, and he's showing a lot of flash. He's probably the brightest spot on the team this year. Scariest part about RJ Barrett, he's eligible for the max deal, 5 years, 118 next year. Now, it would be an extension, but yeah, we'll see. Mitchell Robinson, who, again, shown a lot of flashes, been injured, but I've seen a lot of flashes. But he's an unrestricted free agent after the season. We're crazy for not signing him before the season and or trading him, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we're gonna lose him because someone's gonna give him over 100 million. I think someone's gonna give him 80 to 100 million. We'll see. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's my first hot take. We'll see. Emmanuel quickly, I feel like he gets his fair share of minutes. I wish he was a little more consistent, but he's a true baller. He can shoot you in a game. He can win a game by himself. There are times, like I said, it's an inconsistency. He can take a couple bad shots. But hey, he's a young player. That comes with the territory. Obi Toppin, we need to play this young brother. This guy needs to get on the court. He's showing athleticism in dunk contest, and the dunk contest left a little to be desired. But hey, you know, he's a little passive aggressive. I wish he was a little more aggressive. You know, play with his chest a little more. But hey, he's showing, like I said, I like the progression of seeing it. When you're not playing that often, it's hard to get into a rhythm. It's hard to get get your groove right. Cam Reddish, a guy that you see me scream about in most of my videos. We have to play this guy. He's about to be, just like RJ Barrett, eligible for the rookie max. Now, again, that would be insane. But we only have him for one more year guaranteed before anyone can come and throw a contract at him. So we have to make a decision. We have to see what he's about. We can't make a decision without seeing him. McBride had the game that I alluded to, the Houston Rockets game. Young player who showed a lot of promise. I see a lot about him. There's a lot in his game that likes defense first, aggressive, can shoot the mid-range at a high level, can even strip it out to the three, can defend you 90 feet. I like it. Jericho Sims, freak athlete. We need to see if he's good enough to replace Mitchell Robinson, to know if we should overpay to keep him, or if we should let him walk. These are all decisions we can't make unless we see these guys. And that's what I'm saying. The Knicks, I'm not sure what we're trying to do. Not sure if we're trying to go for it now, play for the future. I don't know. But what I do know, if Tom Thibodeau does not play the players I named, and I didn't even name, listen, I'm so sorry, Quinn Grimes. Listen, Young Bud, I am so sorry. Young Allen Houston, potentially. Yes, that's a name you don't just give away. But potentially, I'm so sorry, Quinn Grimes. I think I didn't write his name down because he was getting minutes. So I'm happy I caught that. But again, do you have a lot of young players? Are we in the offseason going to try to make a trade? Maybe we might sign and trade Mitch Robinson. Maybe we might, package a couple of these guys for something else. I don't know. We'll see. But the Knicks have to make it clear. None of this can happen without the world seeing if these guys can play. And Tom Thibodeau has to stop being an old curmudgeon and has to get with the programs. 2020, baby. Switch it up. Switch it up. And again, I'm coming with visuals, better graphics, all that ASAP. Coming like a Mike Jones mixtape. Give me a second. But in the meantime, show me love. Like, share, subscribe, send it to a buddy. I appreciate you.